All right, so now in this class, I'm going to be starting off with the concept of polygons. Poly means many, gon means sides. So many sides shape is called a polygon. So if a shape has 3 or more than 3 sides, it is a polygon, because two sides cannot form a closed shape. Okay, it's always going to be open. For a shape to be a closed shape, it has to have a third side or a fourth side, okay, or a fifth side. You can have as many sides as you want, but the minimum number of sides must be 3. Okay, so triangle is the smallest polygon. Then you have four-sided figure that we call quadrilaterals, in which you can have rectangle, square, kite, trapezium, parallelogram, and so on. Then a 5-sided figure is called a pentagon, and a 6-sided figure is called a hexagon, and in this way it is going to increase. Okay, now every shape can be divided into a few number of triangles. So for example, if I want to divide this rectangle, I can have 2 triangles. If I want to divide this trapezium, I can divide it like this, and I can have these 2 triangles. Okay, I can divide this kite, there are going to be 2 triangles formed. For a pentagon, okay, if you divide it like this, you can divide it in any way. In a pentagon, there are 3 triangles involved. In a hexagon, there are 4 triangles. Okay, so the number of triangle over here, the number of sides were 3 and the number of triangles were just 1. When the side was 4, number of side was 4, the number of triangles were 2. When the sides were 5, the number of triangles were 3. When the sides were 6, the number of triangles were 4. Now, do you see a pattern over here? Then that in the pattern is that the number of triangles are going to be 2 less than the number of sides in that shape. So a triangle has 3 sides, but the number of triangle is 2 less. That is 1. A quadrilateral has 4 sides, but the number of triangles that you can have is 2 in a quadrilateral. In a pentagon, the number of sides is 5, but the number of triangles is 3. Again, 2 less. And in a hexagon, the number of sides are 6, but the number of triangles are going to be 4. Okay. Now, okay, if I ask you what is the sum of all the interior angles of a triangle? So you are going to say, sir, you add all the angles for a triangle, it must add up to, the sum would be equal to 180 degree. Why? Because only one triangle is being formed. What is the sum of the interior angles in a quadrilateral?
360.
360. That is because the quadrilateral can be split up in 2 triangles. So 2 times 180, 360. In a pentagon, the pentagon can be divided into 3 triangles. So the sum of interior angles is going to be 3 times 180. Okay, and which is 540. And for a pentagon, the sum of interior angle is going to be 4 times 180, that is 720. So can I deduce from here that the sum of interior angle of any polygon is simply equal to the number of times, the number of triangles multiplied by 180 degree. The number of triangles multiplied by 180 degree. And the number of triangles in any polygon is going to be 2 less than the side. Okay. So n minus 2 represents the number of triangles times 180. Guys, this is the formula for finding the sum of interior angles of a polygon. Are we clear till here?
So what does 1 minus 2 mean?
N means the number of sides. So in the case of a triangle, the sides are 3. So 3 minus 1, 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 times 180. The sum of all the interior angles will add up to 180. In a quadrilateral, the number of sides are 4. So 4 minus 2 is 2. So 2 times 180 is 360.
So in a hexagon there are 4 triangles, and
in a
total...
hexagon, yes, there are 6 sides. So how many triangles are going to be there? N minus 2. That means 4 triangles. So 4 times 180. The sum of all the angles of a hexagon will always be equal to 720.
So their total area of hexagon.
I'm sorry?
So 720 is the whole area of hexagon.
720 is the total angle of the hexagon. Like if you add all these angles, it will add, the total is going to be equal to 720 degree. Now, these interior angle may or may not be the same, depending on whether the hexagon is a regular hexagon or an irregular hexagon. So I'm going to be coming to this in a while. But do you understand this, that the total sum of interior angle is going to be 720 for a hexagon? And the formula is n minus 2 times 180. Are we clear till here?
Yes.
Okay. Now, over here you see a pentagon. Angle A, B, C, D, I are the interior angles. And angle F, G, H, J, E are going to be called the exterior angles. If I extend any of the line of a pentagon, okay, the two angles, the interior angle and the exterior angle make up, they are the supplementary angles. So the interior angle of a polygon plus the exterior angle of a polygon must add up to 180 degree. So if you know the interior angle of a polygon, okay, if you know one of the interior angle of a polygon and you want to find the corresponding exterior angle, just subtract the answer of the interior angle from 180 and vice versa. Okay, so if you look at this diagram, interior and exterior angle will add up to 180 degree. And the sum of all the exterior angles is always going to be equal to 360 degree. Okay, so what are we taking from here? The sum of all the interior angle of a polygon is given by n minus 2 times 180. And the sum of all the exterior angles of a polygon is always going to be equal to 360 degree. And interior plus exterior angle will always add up to 180 degree. Okay. Now, I can send this and you can look at this file. Okay, now we are going to be discussing regular polygon. Now, a polygon is either a regular polygon or an irregular polygon. A regular polygon has equal sides. All the sides are equal and all the interior angles are equal. Okay, so over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this is the hexagon given to you. All the interior angles of a hexagon are equal because it's a regular hexagon. Okay guys, so it's a regular hexagon. That means that all the sides of a regular hexagon are equal in length and all the interior angles are equal. Can anyone work out the sum of all the interior angles of a hexagon? What is going to be the sum of interior angle of hexagon going to be? What was the formula? The formula for finding the sum of the interior angle, meaning the sum of all these angles, okay, is n minus 2 times 180. Okay, so the number, how many sides are there in a regular hexagon? What are the number of sides in a regular hexagon over here? The number of sides are 6. Okay, so 6 minus 2 times 180, that is 4 times 180, that is 720. Which means that all the angles will add up to 720. And if I am telling you that it's a regular hexagon, then this means that all the angles are equal as well. So in a hexagon, there are 6 angles and all of them are equal. So this value of 720 is equal to 6x. So what is going to be the value of x? 720 divided by 6, which is 120 degree. Which means that all the interior angles of a hexagon is 120 degree. Are we clear till here? Okay. And if the interior angle is 120 degree, what can you say about the exterior angle? What's going to be the exterior angle? Interior angle and exterior angle add up to 180, so it's going to be 60. Okay, so each exterior angle is going to be 60. Now, how many exterior angles are going to be there? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and the sum of the exterior angle is 5 times 60, that is 360. Remember, we said that the sum of exterior angle is going to be 360. So in case of a regular polygon, if you're asked to find the each exterior angle of a regular polygon is equal to 360 divided by the number of sides, and each interior angle of a regular polygon is going to be n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. Okay, and if you know the exterior angle, which is equal to 360 upon n, and if you play around with this formula and make n the subject, so you can get the number of sides of a polygon. So 360 divided by 60. So let's say we know that the sum of the a polygon, some of the exterior angles of a polygon is 360, and each exterior angle of a regular polygon is 60. So how many sides does that polygon has? That has 6 sides. So a 6-sided polygon is called a hexagon. Okay. All right. I would like you guys to try question number 1 and 2 right now. All right. So question number 1 says, find the sum of the interior angles of a 25-sided polygon. So we need to find the sum of the interior angle of a 25-sided polygon. The formula was n minus 2 times 180 upon n. So that is simply going to be 25 minus 2 times 180 upon 25. Okay. I'm so sorry. 20 n minus 2 times 180 is the formula for finding the sum. If they would have said finding the each interior angle, then we would have divided by n in case it was a regular polygon. So 25 minus 2 times 180 is 23 times 180, which is 4140 degree. Okay. Now, question number 2, a pentagon has 3 angles which are 140 degree each. So these 3 angles of 140, the other 2 angles are equal. So let this be x, let this be x. Calculate the size of one of these angles. Now it's a pentagon. So the sum of the angles in a pentagon is going to be given by n minus 2 times 180. So n minus 2, it's a pentagon, so 5 sides, 5 minus 2 times 180. That is 3 times 180, which is 540. Now this 540 value is going to be equal to the sum of all the angles, which means x plus 140 plus 140 plus 140. Now you solve this equation for x, you're going to get 60 degree. Is the working clear for the first two questions?
Yes.
Question number 3 says 5 angles of a hexagon are each 115. Calculate the size of the sixth angle. Now they haven't mentioned whether it's a regular hexagon or the irregular hexagon, but they are saying that 5 of the angles are 115. So you multiply this by 5, and then one of the angle is x, but that is going to be this equal to the sum of the hexagon, and sum of the hexagon is going to be, hexagon is 6-sided figure, so 6 minus 2 times 180. So you can work out the value of x. Omar, what's the value of x coming out?
145.
145 degrees. Okay. Let's try question number 5 now. The diagram shows an octagon because it's an 8-sided figure. All of the sides are of the same length. Okay. All of the sides are of the same length. 4 of the interior angles are each 32. So this angle is 32, this angle is 32, this angle is 32. The other 4 interior angles are equal. So the other 4 angles, which means this angle, let me call them y, this angle, and this angle. These 4 angles are equal as well. So 4 times y plus 4 times 32, that is going to be the sum of all the angles, interior angles of this octagon. And octagon is an 8-sided figure, so 8 minus 2 times 180. This is going to give you the sum. So 8 minus 2 is 6, 6 times 180 is 1080. This is equals to 4y plus 4 times 32. Solve for y. What's the value of y going to be? Have you found the value of 238? Okay. Okay. So that's 238. If that is 238, then what's going to be the value of x?
360 minus
Yes,
230.
angle about a point 360 minus 238, that is 122 degrees. Okay. Okay. Try question number 7. So they have given you in the question that a regular polygon, always highlight the word regular, has interior angle of 172. Find the number of sides of this polygon. Now, you can do it like this, that each interior angle of a polygon is equal to n minus 2 times 180 upon n. And this is given to you as 172. So you form an equation in n, in terms of n, and solve for n, you're going to get 45. The other way to go about this question was, if you know the interior angle is 172, find the exterior angle. The exterior angle is going to be 180 minus 172. That is just 8. Okay. So each exterior angle is defined as 360 upon n. So n is just simply going to be 360 divided by 8. That is also 45. The diagram shows a regular pentagon. AB is a line of symmetry. Work out the value of T. It's a regular pentagon. Remember that the regular pentagon means that all the sides of this polygon are equal and all the angles are going to be equal. Now AB is given to you as a line of symmetry. A line of symmetry exactly divides the shape into two equal parts. So if this is angle D, then this is also going to be angle D. Okay. And every angle is going to be equal to 2D. Now, each angle in a regular pentagon is going to be equal to n minus 2 times 180. N is the number of sides. So in case of pentagon, it's going to be 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 times 180 is 540. So each interior angle was n minus 2 times 180 upon n. Okay. We are going to be dividing it by 5 as well. So 540 divided by 5 is going to be 108. Now each interior angle in this pentagon is going to be equal to 2 times d. So d is 108 divided by 2. Is the working for this question clear?
Yes.
Okay, Zarva, what about you?
Yes.
Okay, let's try question number 18. The diagram shows part of a regular polygon. The exterior angle is x and the interior angle is 29x. Work out the number of sides of this polygon. Okay, what's going to be the first step?
The exterior angle plus
Find the
the
value of
interior.
x. Yes. So we know that this is going to be a straight line. The interior angle and the exterior angle adds up to 180 degree, right? I'm sorry, 29x plus x must be equal to 180 degree. So 180 divided by 30, it's going to be 6. So when x is 6, 29 times 6 is going to be 174 degrees. Now it's a regular polygon. Each angle of a regular polygon was equals to n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. Each angle is 174. We need to work out the value of n. So 174n equals to 180n minus 360. 6n equals to 360. N is 360 upon 6, that is 60. So this polygon is going to will be having 60 sides. Is the working clear?
Yes.
Okay. Try question number 22. Now the diagram shows two regular pentagons. So there is a smaller pentagon inside and there's a larger pentagon outside. Pentagon FGHJK is an enlargement of pentagon ABCDE. Find angle AEK. This is the angle that needs to be found out. Okay. So it's an enlargement. Okay. So it will have the same scale factor. And if it's an enlargement, then the shapes are similar and the angles are going to be the same. The corresponding angles are going to be the same, which means that if this angle, let's find this angle first. So each interior angle of a pentagon is going to be calculated by n minus 2 times 180 upon n. N value is 5. So 3 times 180 divided by 5 is going to be 108, which means this angle is 108. Okay. Now the larger FGAJK pentagon is also a regular pentagon. So again, we know that the interior angle of a pentagon is going to be equal to 108. So this angle is going to be half of 108, that is going to be 54. And these two lengths are also going to be equal. So this angle is also going to be 54. Now what you see over here is a trapezium. And if this is the angle we need to find out, so this angle is also going to be x. And the sum of all the angles in the trapezium is going to be 360. It's a quadrilateral. So 2 times 54 plus 2 times x is going to be equal to 360. So 360 minus 54 times 2 divided by 2. So x comes out to be 126 degrees. Is the wording clear for this question?
Yes.
Okay, let's try one more. Okay, let's try question number 24 now. The vertices A, B, C, D, and E of a regular pentagon lie on the circumference of a circle center O, and the radius is 7. They also lie on the sides of the rectangle W, X, Y, Z. Okay, so the vertices A, B, C, D, E of a regular pentagon, these are the vertices of a regular pentagon. So they lie on the circumference as well as on the sides of the rectangle. You need to show that angle DOC is 72. DOC is this angle. Would you guys agree that we have a radius of 7? So OD also represents a radius of 7. What can we say about the triangle ODC? What type of triangle is this going to be?
Isosceles.
Isosceles? Yeah. Okay. Now we need to find this angle. We don't have this angle for now, but if you try to understand the geometry of the shape, OA is also the radius, OE is also the radius, and OB is also the radius. Would you agree that you are going to be getting 5 isosceles triangle about the point O? Would you also agree that these all angles are going to be the same?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you add all the angles, if I say that this angle is x, then 5x, 5 times this angle, okay, is going to be equal to 360 degree. 5 times this angle is going to be equal to 360 degree because angle about a point is equal to 360. So x is going to be 360 divided by 5. That is 72. So we have shown that this is 72, right? Now, once this angle is 72, we need to show angle DCB. DCB is 108. Now, angle DCB is the interior angle of a regular polygon. And how do we find the interior angle of a regular polygon? The formula was n minus 2 times 180 upon n. N is 5 in case of a pentagon times 180 divided by 5. So this is going to be 108 degrees. Okay. Then we need to find angle CBY. Is everyone clear with the second part? That this angle came out to be 108?
Yes.
Okay, now the next part says angle CBY is 18. You need to show that angle CBY, meaning this angle. Mark the angle on the diagram. CBY is 18. So if the interior angle is 108, what is the exterior angle going to be?
72.
72, right. 180 minus 108. So for this part, you can first find angle BCY. that is going to be 180 minus 108, that is 72 degrees. And because angle BCY is 90 degree, then angle CBY is therefore going to be 180 minus the sum of 72 and 90. And this is going to be work out to 18 degrees. Is the working clear? Yeah. Okay. So that's about polygons.